12:13. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. Another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. I'm your host, Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health, welcoming you to the radio program, the only one that I'm aware of in the United States, quite frankly, in the world, where we roll back the curtain on the absurdity ad infinitum, delivered to the medical marketplace by the men and the women in the white coats. Remember, your medical doctor may be the nicest person in the world, but they do not know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in. And what they've been trained in is just one small piece of the pie of medical science. It's referred to as allopathic reductionism. Allopathic reductionism, the forte of the MD, is most awesomely excellent for trauma, surgery when it's necessary, and a handful of infectious diseases. For everything else, they suck. Not only are the therapeutics brought to the table by MDs for chronic diseases, heart disease, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, heartburn, anxiety and panic attacks, type 2 diabetes, depression, insomnia, etc., etc., etc. Not only are they old-fashioned, ineffective, they're also the leading cause of death in the United States and the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. Don't believe me? Download the document, Death by Medicine. Check out that link somewhere on my website. I believe if you scroll down on the front page, you're going to find it. Death by Medicine. It's a 47-page document which draws datum from the Journal of the American Medical Association, the New England Journal of Medicine, the Lancet, and a number of others, which reveals in stark detail the absolute, complete nonsense brought to the medical marketplace by the MDs. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason that we have a healthcare crisis here in North America, honestly, is because we have taken the wrong dog to the hunt. But don't just believe me. Let's talk to the person who is in the back of the ambulance every day, a veteran of the Armed Forces of the United States, registered nurse, the commander, a.k.a. Mark Denning, a.k.a. the leader of Wellness Warriors. Welcome back, Commander.
Hey, Dr. G, how are you?
Fantastic. How's it going today?
I was freezing. How about you?
Yeah, it's pretty cold today. Oh, what's the matter? Don't they have heat in the back of the ambulance? Come on now.
Oh, yeah, they do, but you got to open the doors, man. And the more times I open the doors, it means the more times I get colder.
Yeah, so how many calls a day are you and your team up to, or recently?
Oh, calls 4 to 5 per day in a 13-hour watch. I just pulled a 25-hour watch, Dr. Glidden.
25 hours. I hope you got overtime for that.
Well, yeah. It's not, nowhere a trade-off. It's, if I wasn't taking longevity supplements, I would never make it through the day as well as I do.
Yeah. Give the listening audience a little bit, because we get new people all the time, give the listening audience a little bit of a retrospective on your health before and after longevity.
Oh, yeah, 2005, I suffered some leg swelling, and I couldn't even get my pants off there, and went to the hospital and found out I had blood clots in my legs and eventually 9 in my lungs. I was about 292 pounds at the time. Got treated for that, and within 2 years it came back again with a fervor because with the torrent, because my doctor didn't tell me how to eliminate the cause of that. Got involved after that. They told me I was diabetic. They told me I had sleep apnea. They told me my kidneys would get messed up. So, this medicine, that medicine, this medicine, that medicine, lots of medicines. It's freaking me out because I was just in my 40s. And they go, oh, it's congenital. Congenital. The blood clotting thing is a genetic thing. I was like, okay. Still taking it all in. Got involved with more natural type solutions. Knew there had to be something different about taking the whole cockaload of Coumadin. That was just a whole lot. More than I ever get from any patient.
Well, how much Coumadin were you taking? I mean, Coumadin, by the way, is also known as warfarin. It's the MD's go-to prescription to thin the blood. By the way, it's also rat poison. How many milligrams a day were you taking? Do you remember?
12. 12 a day.
12 milligrams of Coumadin? You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, Deacon was looking for the Coumadin, so they kept calling me.
Holy smokes. I mean, what's the upper limit? The upper limit is supposed to be 9, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd never given anybody over 5 or 6.
Holy smokes, 12 milligrams of Coumadin. Oh, my God. And, well, did that fix the blood clot problem? What was going on?
No, of course not. They could even dial in my proper clotting times with that. I mean, my boss would say, how's your INR? You know, that's how they measure how its effectiveness is. And I'd say, well, it's blah, blah, blah. She says, well, I may have to take you off the rig because if you get in an accident, you're going to bleed to death.
Right.
I'm like, okay, guess I get time off then. But anyway, 325 pounds at that time. It was March of 2007. And so I had come down about 20 pounds. And exercise wasn't really a big issue because I could get on the elliptical trainer for 45 minutes to an hour and do pretty well. So I wasn't really, hurting myself. But in a way I was. Because I was sweating. And sweating without supplementation is fatal. So met you guys. Met you at Health Freedom Expo.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, you told me 10 things I could do to improve my health. I was already doing a few of them. Just wanted to have a basis what I could tell other people. The diabetes just melted off. Listening to some dietary guidelines. I eliminated red meats, white rice, fried foods. Ate more fish, ate more chicken, ate more turkey. Stay away from the pastas and that. And, I was on metformin for about 4 months. And then I said to my MD, or actually he was a DO. I said, hey, here's another Dr. G, man, believe it or not. I said, I'm your best diabetic, aren't I? He goes, yes, you are. I said, well, I'm your best former diabetic.
I got to love it.
Yeah, I did tell him that. And told him, give me my book back. But I showed him how I eliminated those problems. But,
all right, so what happened to the clots in your legs and the clots in your lungs?
Well, it used to be I couldn't ride 3 miles, 4 miles, or 5 miles on my bike before I get short of breath. Or my heart would go sailing, 100 million miles an hour. I guess they're probably gone because I have good circulation. I don't wear any support hose. I can bike 100 miles in a day and get along with that pretty well.
And you replaced the Coumadin with what? What was the secret sauce to support and promote the structure and function of your blood instead of rat poison?
Not rat cheese, but what do we use? We used a combination of increased amounts of calcium, and we used more minerals. And then when we found out when Fucoid Z came down the pipe, that was like a godsend for me. Yeah. And so that's in a good preventive mode. So, and the antioxidants are very, very vital to this because, I must have switched a gene on at 45 years of age that caused the clots,
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to talk about. The MDs will always tell people that it's genetic, but they never explain to them if it was genetic, why they didn't have it since birth, and they kind of just pass that one over. When a medical professional tells you that your condition is genetic, ladies and gentlemen, that's code for I have no idea what's causing it, but I just don't want to look stupid. If anybody does tell you that your condition is genetic, the next words to come out of your mouth should be, really, doctor, that's fascinating. Which gene is it? I'd really like to know.
That's right.
And then watch their heads explode. All right, so you used to be 325 pounds. You were taking 12 milligrams of Coumadin. You had clots in your lungs, clots in your legs. You were type 2 diabetic. You had kidney disease, and you were sleep apneic. How much do you weigh now?
I vary between 230 and 240 now.
So you lost about 90 pounds. 90 pounds into the bargain. That's not bad. How many prescription medications are you taking right now?
None.
0. How's your blood sugars now?
Amazing.
Your blood sugars are normal. What happened to your kidney problem? You have a kidney problem anymore?
There's no problem with my kidneys. They were doing medicines to protect them because I had, and they put my triglycerides in the toilet. They were like 35. I'm like, you guys are not giving me any energy to do anything that I might need, but it's protecting your kidneys. I'm like, well, I don't think so. So I can't go anywhere to hurt them. I can't go anywhere to hurt them.
So when you were on prescription medication, you were getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Quite frankly, I mean, I'm surprised you were still alive at 12 milligrams of Coumadin. That's just nuts. 325 pounds, all this trouble. Now you're completely drug-free, and you're healthy, and you're doing it with medical nutrition 100%. Now, by the way, you just finished a 25-hour shift. Do you think that would have been possible before Youngevity?
It wouldn't have been as easy, my friend. My abilities would have been severely diminished. I remember those kind of days, and good Lord willing, gave me good partners that we kept each other in check. We can't, as human beings, be doing these shifts anymore because they are not good for our health, and the MDs are banking off it. Yeah,
the MDs are banking big bucks off of it. Big bucks. We had a call a couple of weeks ago with a woman who's a manager of a clinic somewhere. They're making $1 million a day. $1 million a day. That should be illegal. Commander, I've got a completely full blown out board of calls. Love to be able to spend more time. I got another guest coming in the second hour. We're going to have to let you go early today. Sorry about that. Check him out on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Wellness Warriors with a Z. Wellness Warriors. How many Wellness Warriors to date, Commander?
1,119.
1,119, going strong. This is how we do it at Youngevity. One person at a time. We're growing a grassroots coalition of the informed. Check him out, the Commander, Wellness Warriors on Facebook. Thanks, Commander. I'll see you in the future. Stick around, folks. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. You've found your way to another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden, 12/12/13, Thursday. Got to have a live chat tonight for insiders only, 8 p.m. Central Time. Want to become an insider? I don't know why you're not already. Visit the website, fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the Become an Insider link for the details, and join us tonight, 8 o'clock Central Time, for a worldwide live chat. Let's kick it off in Indianapolis with Dalton. See what's going on. Hey, Dalton, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
How you doing, Dr. Glidden?
Really great, Dalton. How can I help?
I got a guy that's in Oklahoma City. He was in the service, and he's got Agent Orange. He's a diabetic, and he's got high blood pressure. And I was trying to get him online, but he's not feeling too good, so I told him I'd call anyway.
All right. Well, good for you, Dalton. That's how we help. And Youngevity people don't just help in the holiday season. We help all year long. And that's why, if you're not a Youngevity member, folks, you don't know what you're missing. Because once you do join us, once you do join our coalition of the informed, you're going to find yourself in very, very good company. So I'm assuming this guy's a Vietnam vet. Is that where the Agent Orange comes in?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So, notwithstanding a time machine, there's not a whole lot we can do about exposure, that happened 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It was in the 60s, 30, 40 years ago. But the human body has a remarkable ability to fix itself, and there is a point of no return. Your body regenerates new cells all of the time. All of the atoms in your body are completely they're newed out every couple of years. Everything changes all of the time. There is a point of no return. There is a point beyond which the body can't recover because the stress or the insult was too big. But honestly, Dalton, I don't know where that point of return is. I used to think I knew where it was, but since I've been working with Dr. Wallach, I have no idea. The things that, you've seen and that I've seen and that everybody in Youngevity has seen people recover from are just this side of extraordinary. High blood pressure, most of the time, right, is a simple calcium and magnesium deficiency most of the time.
Right.
And he also had a blood sugar issue, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that was proven in 1957 to be related to mineral deficiencies, especially the mineral chromium and vanadium. So these are relatively easy things to get on the other side of. So the recommendation for people who are suffering with blood pressure issues and type 2 diabetic issues, even if it's type 1, we can't have someone completely recover from type 1. I've never seen that, but we can dramatically decrease the amount of insulin that they need to take. And I've seen people get on the other side of type 2 diabetes all of the time. As a matter of fact, if someone doesn't get on the other side of it, it makes me raise an eyebrow because it's a relatively easy thing to get on the other side of. So the recommendation is easy here. It's the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack, 1 Healthy Blood Sugar Pack, and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 Healthy Blood Sugar Pack and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And for the first 8 weeks, the first 2 months, I would add to that 2 extra bottles of Beyond OsteoFX to help the blood pressure. 2 extra bottles of Beyond OsteoFX, just for a couple months, though. But this guy has to be counseled that once he gets on board with our program, and of course eliminate the 10 bad foods, right? Once he gets on board with the program, he must get into the habit, if he's not already, of measuring his blood sugars every day and measuring his blood pressures every day. Because once those numbers start to drop, he's going to have to reduce his prescription meds, either on his own or with professional supervision. But he has to pay attention to that. Because if, he continues to take the same amount of meds when his blood sugar is low as he's taking now, or when his blood pressure is low as he's taking now, he's going to hurt himself. But as long as he pays attention to that and has that dialed in, which he's probably doing already every day, life is good. And the recommendation here for stuff like this, because this is stuff that's been ongoing for decades, right? Give us 90 days. Give us 90 days to make an improvement. Give us 90 days before he judges his program up or down one way or the other. Now, he might feel better in 3-4 days. He might see a positive response in a week or 2 or 3. But before he judges it one way or the other, give us 90 days to make a difference. And honest to God, Dalton, he's going to love the way that he feels. And thank you for taking a stand for the health of another human being. That's how we roll in longevity, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. We're going to talk to Judy in Sioux Falls when we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Coming up in the second hour, we're going to be talking to Nephi Wayman, longevity representative extraordinaire, about his real-time experience building a business with longevity and his real-time experience watching remarkable health recoveries. You're going to love what you hear. That's coming up at the top of the second hour. Nephi Wayman, our very, very special guest today. Let's go to Judy in Sioux Falls and see what's shaking. Hey, Judy, thanks for calling. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. I just heard about longevity 2 days ago, and I've been on a quest trying to get a hold of you to see if you can help me with my macular degeneration. I'm 67 years old, postmenopausal, 70 pounds overweight, having some metabolism issues. I'm sure because of the way I feel after I eat sometimes, but my main issue is
all right, do you get sleepy after you eat?
No, not really. No.
Do you wake up in the middle of the night and you're wide awake?
Yeah, I listen to Coast to Coast a lot.
Yeah, and do you have trouble falling asleep, or can you fall asleep okay, but then you wake up?
Well, I fall asleep and wake up, but I take calcium, magnesium, and zinc. I take 3 of those before I go to sleep when I want to, and I zonk off.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I have to caution you, though. I'm so very glad that you found us and so very glad that you called. The average over-the-counter calcium supplement, in order for the average over-the-counter calcium supplement to fulfill your body's need for calcium every day, you would have to swallow approximately 30 of those capsules a day.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I just take it mostly for going to sleep.
Well, if you're getting, so you're getting a bang from it. My point is, if you're getting a positive result from an inferior nutritional supplement, you're going to love how you feel once you get a superior nutritional supplement into your body, right? And this is why I love Youngevity. I've been doing this for a quarter of a century professionally. I've been I've been doing clinical work for 25 years. I've been licensed for 21 years. I used to work for a vitamin company that only sold to physicians, right, at real high-quality stuff. And I've got to tell you, Dr. Wallach's recipes and the Youngevity products produce more consistent positive effects than anything I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot.
Well, I hope you can help my eyes.
Well, yeah, so there's something I want you to get that will give you hope.
Okay.
If you go to a website called Y Team Tools, that's the number Y.
Oh,
the letter Y. The letter Y. Y, like yellow. Y Team, Team.
Okay.
Tools, TOOLS.com, yteamtools.com.
Okay, I got it.
I want you to order an audio CD called Seeing is Believing. I think it'll cost $3. Order that CD, Seeing is Believing. Now, that CD is a testimony delivered by a medical doctor who was an eye specialist. And Dr. Wallach was giving a lecture years ago, this must have been 15 years ago, to 500 people, and he was telling the assemblage about his experience with helping people recover their eye health, right? Macular degeneration, glaucoma, pityriasis, rosacea, detached retina, etc. And this MD stood up in the back and he said, Dr. Wallach, you're a GD liar because I'm an eye specialist and you can't reverse those illnesses. Dr. Wallach says, we do it all the time. And so in front of 500 people, they made a bet. And this medical doctor gave Dr. Wallach access to 10 of his patients who were legally blind. 10 of his patients who were legally blind. They all went on board Dr. Wallach's health recovery protocol with medical nutrition, and every single one of them recovered their vision. Every single one.
You would just make a new woman out of me if that would happen.
I tell you what, that doctor was so apologetic and humbled by the experience that, as payment for the debt, he recorded this CD. And it's about his personal testimony with his patients using medical nutrition. So, knowledge is power, right? And we like to empower people with knowledge, and we don't give false hope here, but we also need to give the truth, and you need to have at least some understanding of what you're up against and see that other people have accomplished the same goal that you're trying to accomplish. So from our point of view, macular degeneration. And by the way, the macula is the part of the eye where the optic nerve, there's a nerve that comes from your brain that goes to the back of your eye to receive the light signals that your eye gets from the world. And the optic nerve attaches to the back of your eye, attaches to the retina, and the place that it attaches to the retina is called the macula, M-A-C-U-L-A. That's what the macula is. It's where the optic nerve attaches to the back of the eye. Now, because of bad food choices and not enough nutrition in the body, if you do all of the wrong things all of the time, which most Americans do, quite frankly, this is not a cultural thing. It happens all across the world. If you do the wrong things all of the time, the macula, the optic nerve becomes damaged. And if it becomes damaged enough, it will shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink until you can't see anymore, because the more that the macula shrinks and the more damaged it is, the less light impulses it can receive from the eye.
Doctor, they said that there was the wet macular is that the blood vessels are growing wild. They're rogue.
Yeah, well, that's their view. The body doesn't do anything. And see, this again is where we come up against it with the MDs, because the MDs, they'll see something happening in the body, and they will misinterpret it, right? So the MD looks into the back of the eye with someone with wet macular degeneration, and they see all these blood vessels proliferating everywhere.
Yeah.
And therefore, they assume that it's the proliferation of the blood vessels that's causing the disease. But they don't know what's causing the blood vessels to proliferate.
Right. That's what I was searching for. Why?
Well, because the body... Now, you're never going to get that answer from an MD, because the MDs are trained in a reductionistic methodology of science. And reductionism argues that if you can't measure it, it doesn't exist. Now, since nobody's ever dissected the soul out of a human being, since nobody's ever seen it with a CT, an MRI, or an X-ray, to the MD reductionist, the soul does not exist. If the soul does not exist, then the human body is just a random conflagration of biochemicals. This is what the MD is trained to believe, that the human body is a random assortment of biochemicals that happened in some Jurassic Park swamp, and then the life was stimulated by a bolt of electricity from a passing thundercloud.
I'm not of that camp.
Well, neither am I, but this is what your MD believes.
Wow.
And it's important that you understand this.
Yeah.
But the biggest take-home message here about the view that the MD has on the origins and the function of the human body is they do not believe that the human body knows how to fix itself. And so when they see things go wrong, they think, well, it's an imperfect body, it's imperfect evolution, that's just the luck of the draw. Who knows why the eye is creating all these blood vessels? That's just what happens, and there's probably a gene that codes for it. So they're on this mad search to uncover the gene that codes for the wet macular degeneration, and they will never find it. So here's what happens. Here was our interpretation of the same data, okay?
Yes.
Now, and this is most, I think, a good perspective I like to put on this for people is if you didn't know anything about astronomy, you could watch the sun rise in the east and set in the west, and you could measure where it was in the sky every day, and you could predict where the sun was going to be at any particular moment in time, and you'd be pretty accurate. And you could also draw the conclusion that the sun moves around the earth. But the sun does not move around the earth. It only appears to move around the earth. It's the earth rotating on its axis, which is in fact what's going on. So you can observe phenomena in nature and come to the wrong conclusion because of your perspective. And this is what the MDs do all of the time. They observe stuff going on physiologically, but because of their limited perspective, they draw the wrong conclusions. And this is what we're up against. And quite frankly, I honestly don't know why they still have a job. I do know why they still have a job. It's all about politics and power and money.
Right, I agree.
But if we had a free medical market, they'd be out of a job because their treatments are old-fashioned, outdated, and just out of sync with reality. But my point is, so what's happening is you're eating food, unwittingly eating food that's harming the eye, that's causing free radical oxidative damage to the macula. Free radical oxidative damage to the macula. Oxidative damage is everywhere all the time. Oxidative damage is caused by free radicals. And free radicals are in the air, they're in the water, they're in the food. Certain foods concentrate free radicals more than others. Fried food, for instance, oil in a bottle, olive oil, salad dressing, nitrates found in meat, well-done red meat. A lot of foods that we commonly eat here are loaded with free radicals, and so you've got a lot of free radicals in your body, and then they start attacking the tissue in the eye. The tissue in the eye knows that it's being attacked. It knows that it's starving for nutrients because the body also has a fire department. Your body has a police department, which is your immune system. It also has a fire department, which is its antioxidant ability. And it's the fire department's job to put out the fires of inflammation caused by free radicals. So there's free radical damage happening in the eye. The eye is burning up, so to speak. The macula is burning up from free radical damage. The body tries to put that fire out with antioxidants, but it doesn't have enough antioxidants because you're not eating the right foods and you're not taking the right nutrients. If you're taking the right nutrients, your body has plenty of firefighters, but it has limited numbers of firefighters, so it builds more roads into the eye so that the limited number of firefighters can get there. From our point of view, the body is trying to increase the blood supply to the eye to bring nutrients to the eye to fix the problem.
I believe that.
Get it?
Yep.
But all right. But the MDs, they've thrown the baby out with the bathwater, and this is why their therapeutics fail. So, in order to support and promote the structure and function of the eye, in this case, it's easy. You have to stop eating the food that's hurting the eye, right? And there are 10 foods that we've identified as bad for you. Now, you can download that list for free at my website. Just visit my website, Fire Your MD Now. You have to put the now at the end. FireYourMDNow.com. On the front page of my website, if you sign up for my newsletter, it's free. You get the good food, bad food list. And so there are 10 foods you need to stop eating. It's on the list. So number 1, you stop eating those foods. Number 2, you supply the fire department of your body with the stuff it needs to put the fire out. And to do that, what's your current body weight?
200.
Okay.
I'm 5'4".
The recommendation would be 2 anti-aging Healthy Start Packs.
2
anti-aging Healthy Start Packs. 4 bottles of selenium. That's Ultimate Selenium, and you spell that S like Sam, E-L-E-N, like Nancy, I-U-M. 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, 2 anti-aging Healthy Start Packs, and the secret sauce here, 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules. That's all you have to do. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Ultimate Daily. Yep, it's called Ultimate Daily Capsules. That's 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily Capsules, 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, and 2 anti-aging Healthy Start Packs a month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. Now, everything is connected in your body, Judy. So as you're going down the road with the supplement program and the diet, look to see what else happens. How's your mood? How's your energy? How's your appetite? How's your weight? Everything, because it's all connected. As God is my witness, you're going to love how you feel. Stick around, folks. Coming back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, finishing out the first hour today. 12-12-13. Let's go up to Alaska. Holy smokes, I thought it was cold here in Illinois. Let's talk to Bill in Alaska and see what's shaking. Hey, Bill, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Thanks for taking my call.
Well, what part of Alaska, Bill?
Well, it's not super cold, but it's a little chilly.
What part of the state are you in? Are you in Juneau, Fairbanks?
In Juneau.
Yeah, very nice. So, I think you have a question about multiple sclerosis. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I was diagnosed with MS, 25 years ago. I am currently taking the Healthy Start Pack and selenium.
Very
and
good.
De-stress. Well, I've got several questions. How many de-stress should I take each day?
How much do you weigh, Bill?
150.
150. Yeah, I would take 3 de-stress a day, 1 with each meal, 1 with breakfast, 1 with lunch, 1 with dinner. The most important thing for you to do with multiple sclerosis, from our point of view, is to dramatically increase your consumption of food that has antioxidants in it, and dramatically increase your consumption of food that's high in cholesterol. Now, you know, Dr. Wallach, he recommends 12 eggs a day. How are you doing with attempting to get lots of cholesterol into your body?
Well, because I have MS, I live in a nursing home, so I don't have much control over what kind of food I get. In fact, the food here is garbage.
Yeah.
It should be criminalized.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. And, you know, it's a tough road to hoe. But remember, you're paying for the nursing home. So you've got to have some say in it. And quite frankly, I would get somebody in your family. Do you have any family members that you can lean on for assistance here?
Yes.
So I would enroll your family members into having a heart-to-heart with the people that own the nursing home and say, look, you're going to give this guy, 6 eggs a day with real butter, or we're going to stop paying you or something. I would lay down the law, Have someone in your family lay down the law with these people, because there's got to be something else that you can do. It's very important that you get cholesterol into your body in large amounts. I've seen people with MS get better. I've seen people with MS fail. And the only difference in the two groups is the people that get better eat lots of cholesterol every day. Across the board, they eat lots of cholesterol and they do lots of antioxidants. Now, the supplement program that you're doing is great. If you can afford it, you should consider the Triple Treat chocolate, 2 or 3 boxes of the Triple Treat chocolate a month, because that stuff is loaded with antioxidants. It is loaded with antioxidants, But green tea, dark-skinned fruits and vegetables, cinnamon, curry powder, walnuts, all of these things are high in antioxidants. You need antioxidants and you need cholesterol. Whatever you need to do to make that happen, Bill, I would go out of my way to make that happen. I wish I had more time to talk to you, William. That's my advice for you. We're up against a hard break. I appreciate the phone call. I would have somebody from your family, read the people who are in charge of the nursing home, the Riot Act. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Nephi Wayman coming up in the second hour. We're also going to finish out Anthony from Alabama and Linda from Pennsylvania at the very top of the hour. So stick around, Anthony and Linda. I'll take your calls first, and then we're going to dial in Nephi Wayman, who's going to show you how he did it and give you a little inspiration to let you know that you can have a successful longevity business too. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. Stick around.